Hi everyone, I am Lurthumary, second year B.Ed student, and my topic is education and democracy in India. The biggest thing about India today is its reality as a democracy. The big question is how to understand education in India. The biggest problem today is, and arguably through history has been, how to make education play the role we feel it should in creating or helping democracy. Caste, class, gender, and religion. Four interesting areas we will look at today are caste, class, gender, and religion, moving back and forth between India's history and its present, using education both as an agent of creating or removing these divisions and as being created in particular ways by them. India Parliament. We can begin by speaking of India's democracy, of which educated Indians are rightly proud. I am showing this map of the political divisions of India to emphasize that India is democratic. In the education it shares, and this goes beyond the problem of literacy. There is a problem of education which is not merely that of literacy, and this educational problem is shared across the borders of different states of India and by all kinds of children. The Constitution of India. To be a citizen of a country means to live by a constitution. This is a model constitution. It says, "We the people of India having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, liberty, equality, fraternity." It is, like other constitutions, grand, noble, idealistic, and rightly a model to follow, not a mirror of what exists. Thus, there is a hierarchy, but it is not a sanctions hierarchy, and the Constitution is a mean to practice equality. Common misconceptions about caste. The ways of mobility are physical relocation, political decisions, and agents through new organizations and associations, education and civic participations, convention to other religions, Sanskritization. Caste is to be understood in two ways. One as hierarchy and other is a culture. Children everywhere learn as much outside school as they do in school. One of their primary sites of learning outside schools is then home. In India, the socialization and teaching or education in the family is very strong, from that of languages to ethics to more professional grounding in the skill or area of work that is the domain of the family. The caste of musicians, called by different names in different parts of the country, will teach all its children, boys and girls, using specific pedagogical methods, a number of genres and instruments. Some children might emerge as professional performers, others will go on to other things, but all will be differently socialized and educated than the children of other families, and the teaching of Indian music and dance is done powerfully outside schools. Class. There is a methodologically to every discipline, whether that of economics or political science or psychology. This chart is very important, but you have to recognize that is based in a certain methodology or discourage. This premise of this methodology is that a certain definition is literacy and of development is important, and people have to be judged by the definition. Another methodology can be, as in history and anthropology, to take the sides of the subjects. If they do not consider that they are backward and are satisfied with other things they have in their lives, then I approach those things with respect. If they say that they have a dream of social mobility and that their education is not allowing them to fulfill it, then that it was I say. India India literacy. For a background, with a literacy rate of 65%, we have 296 million illiteracy in India. This is a small part of the story. We might have the question, we illiteracy at all? We would have to break the question up into two parts. What is literacy and how do some people have it? The answer, some people have it because families have ensured that they have it. It is done in childhood, so it's not their own decisions but their elders. It is not the states because the state presumably treats everyone equally. It's not the states and not the individuals, but the families because it both has the means or not or provide it as seems some advantage or not to providing it. The pedagogical practices of modern education in India are very weak and depending on their weakness create class differences. Indian schools are categorized by authoritarianism and rote learning. Indian schools are categorized by authoritarianism and role learning. The worse these are, the lower down in the social scale as a rule is the student, and the reverse is true in an ironic way. When the rote learning is well done, it is the foundation of a successful career. The people are relaxed, uninterested in progress or rationality by modern standards. Contempt as backward, ignorant, perhaps lazy and stubborn in their local rudeness. Gender. India is the patriarchy. The birth of boys is more welcome than that of girls, less expected of girls, even when they are given equal or more love than boys. Less is invested in them, including as education. They are valued, but mostly as housewives and mothers. am I proposing? A multi-pronged states strategy, if I may, building on their efforts of many others to create a post-colonialism going beyond an obsession with literacy and the basics to highlights education, to integrate the arts, including the arts of life, including of caste and religion, to work practically on the technology of education, the only way to have gender and class equality. Thank you.